Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Wicked K's podcast. I'm Cool Kyle, and with me, as always, is my broski, the Rev K.
Hey, friend.
Hey, friend. How you doing, brother?
Fine. We start the episode off by saying happy early birthday to you, my boy.
Oh, hey, thanks.
You're welcome.
Gonna be 34.
Gonna be there right before you know it. We might be exchanging birthday pleasantries next week's show, too. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure both, yeah.
We'll see. No, I'm okay.
Doing okay? Just okay?
Just okay.
Okay.
Although I will say thank you for introducing me to DaParty. I knew about DaParty, which for those of you who do not know, for wrestling fans out there who do know, and for those who do not, the DaParty is consisting of mostly former WWE superstars, because Cesaro, Bree, Tyler Breeze, and Adam Cole, Bebe,
are
no longer with them. But Austin Creed still is, or Xavier Woods, as you would know him on TV. They are on a channel called Up, Up, Down, Down, which is Xavier Woods. I want to call him Austin Creed because that's his name on the show, but I have to say Xavier Woods so people understand who Xavier Woods is.
Yes.
So he he has a channel that he does outside. I think he's one of the only few people that are allowed to do stuff, because I know there was a while with the McMahon regime where no one was allowed to do any third-party shit.
Yeah, they did shut down for a while, if you notice.
Yeah, and then Triple H was like, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead, do what you want to do. It's fine. As long as it's not, going to make a black eye on the company, I can do shit.
Yeah. Don't
go out spreading, Nazism or anything, but if you want to go play some video games, whatever, dude, sure.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole idea behind that was that McMahon couldn't control the money coming in, and that's what pissed him off, and that's why he didn't want them doing it. He says, well, if you're going to represent our company.
And because of that, they lost a lot of good talent.
Oh, yeah. That was the phase where, like, a lot of people dropped from WWE because they were like, well, if I
can't make any money because you don't have me on the show, or you have me on a lower show, what do you want me to do? I'm not one of your guys. Should be a penalty. No sounds on.
Should be also a penalty to pick up your phone and start looking at it, answering text messages.
I'm not going to answer any text messages today, so you don't have anything to worry about.
We'll see.
So, I apologize for some of your eardrums if I scream to the microphone and I peak. I'm just giving you a heads up now, and I will try to warn you ahead of time when it's coming. But I have gone through about 18 or 19 episodes on YouTube. And the one thing I will say that I do like is there's no commercials. That's great.
Yeah. And also, just to throw it out there for anybody who doesn't know, the party plays Uno.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Yeah, they play Uno. They filmed, or they did all these episodes back in 2020. So this was obviously when everybody was told to stay home. So they decided to kill time by going online. And I feel like you and I need to do this Uno adventure.
I like Uno. Uno's a good game.
Yeah. Well, we got to find 2 other people to play with us, but I'm sure we can do it.
Yeah. I mean, you can also play Uno with 3 people. I mean, we could get Chef to play.
We could. Not as fun with 3 people though.
Yeah. I mean, I know that my mom might do it because she likes Uno. We used to play Uno when we were kids.
Maybe we'll get the legend to do it.
He was never an Uno person.
Okay.
He never really played any of the games that we played as a family.
He's got a terrible jump shot, so
Don't let him hear you say that.
Love you, Dad. Dad number 2.
Dad number 2. 2.0.
Yeah, Dad 2.0. So these are just some of the phrases that I have, and obviously I'm going to say them to you, and you're going to instantly know what I'm talking about, which I think is great because it'll be another inside joke that we'll have on people, particularly Eddie, or EC as we know him as.
EC.
Not EC3 though, EC420. That I'm sure he'll appreciate that name, but because we'll do jokes like Patton jokes, and he's like, well, what the fuck is that from? And we're just like, oh, it's Patton Oswalt. Oh, you guys and your Patton Oswalt jokes.
Yeah, it's how like the same thing when you and Eddie start making inside jokes, and I'm sitting there like, what are you saying? I don't understand.
Oh yeah. Or if Eddie brings up some like dated reference as far as like a TV show or like a movie or a song, and you and Andrew were just like, what the fuck are they talking about? I was like, Eddie, I'm the only one that's gonna get that reference. I know you.
Yeah.
So. All right, so let's start off at the top with one of my new personal favorites. Ha ha. Which is just basically a laugh but the exaggerated way that Tyler Breeze does it is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Ah ha ha.
Ha ha.
Usually done as mockery or typically done when so the way that their rules are played is you can stack cards. You can do a crazy version, which I've never even heard of before, where if you have a 7, you can switch it with anybody else's deck, whatever they have. And then if you have a 0, all the decks go to the corresponding order, being if it's going in clockwise or counterclockwise order, depending on where the skip was at.
Yeah. And that's a setting you can put on the Uno game. That's actually not how original Uno was played. But.
No. And then there's jump-ins, which I didn't even know about, where if, let's say me, Kyle, and Chef are playing, and Kyle puts down an 8, and it's Chef's turn, but I have the 8 of the same color, I can jump in and play it, and it effectively skips Chef's turn, and now it goes back to Kyle. And then there could be a run where Kyle and I are just playing back and forth between skips and and jump-ins, and Chef's just like, I won't play the game, guys. So the laugh gets me. There's been a lot of times I've laughed hard, like out loud.
Oh, yeah, when he does it, yeah.
The running joke that Cesaro does is Breeze doesn't play with a full deck.
Oh, he doesn't play with a full deck, yeah.
Every time. I think there was one episode I don't remember hearing it, and that was recently when I watched the first initiation of Ronald, which we'll get to later.
Oh, yeah.
He
know. Does kind of cut it out towards the later episodes, so.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, as they said, it's said in every episode. We get it. And it's usually within like the first 2 minutes of them playing.
Oh, yeah.
And Breeze doesn't play with the full deck. All of the Cesaro dad jokes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
And he's quick with those, too. I think he prepares those beforehand.
Oh, he definitely does. What's bigger than a Christmas tree?
A Christmas 4.
A Christmas 4. Oh, my goodness. There were some, I forgot. I meant to write down some other ones yesterday when I was watching. I was like.
And by the way, that doesn't end. He does that every episode.
He does it every episode. And then he's got, and we'll talk about this now. He has a soundboard of all the different sounds, and he's got sounds from the game, in game when they played that he's put in there. And he's got other soundboards and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he'll do his own rim shot if he has to.
Oh yeah. It's so great though.
And some of them the group laughs and they're like, okay, those were kind of funny. And then other ones are just kind of like, oh, come on.
Yeah. A little corny.
Prepare your ears, folks.
Move away from the mic.
I will. I'll move away from the mic. So, one of the things when you can do bluffing. So if you have a card, let's say the color is red, and you have a red card, but you want to put down a draw 4, you put a draw 4 down, and you have the ability to challenge. And if you challenge and you get it right, then that person has to draw the cards. If you challenge and you get it wrong, then you get the 4 cards plus 2 others, so that's 6. So Tyler Breeze's thing has been, hold on one second, challenge! And he does it every time, and it's hilarious. So,
well, it's not just Tyler Breeze. They all picked it up.
Oh, they all picked it up, but as we talked about with Cesaro in the soundboard, you press the button, and he has the challenge button. And then, of course, that is followed up with a lot of respect, major respect to you, a lot of respect.
Yeah. Well, it's funny if you look at it, that's kind of how they started in the beginning, was that they said, you know what? You have to challenge no matter what.
Yeah, it's no matter what. You got to challenge. Because there were times people didn't challenge. Oh, I lost all respect for you. If respect was on the meter, I got no respect at all. I got no respect for you.
Yeah, so then they ended up having to just institute that where they're like, even if, you just got to challenge. You just got to challenge.
Yep. So, challenge.
Challenge.
Did they ever make a t-shirt out of that? Where it was supposed to say challenge, and on the back it was supposed to say lot of respect.
I don't know.
Because I can imagine if you wore that shirt, people would be like, what the hell? I'd be like, if you know, you know.
Yeah. I wonder if you could look on the up, down, down website.
I looked. I didn't really see anything.
Oh.
I didn't look too deep, but I did look.
Okay.
Adam Cole's punchable face. So basically what this references to is because they're doing this from through Skype, right?
Yeah.
So they're all on Skype. And obviously, when you get closer and closer to a screen, your face gets closer and closer. So for some reason, there's some type of nerve inside of Tyler Breeze's body or being where if you get too close to the screen, his hand just automatically balls into a fist, and he can't help it. And he's just like, "Gonna punch my face. I'll punch you, stupid face." And he's just like, and then of course it has to be a joke because they're all buddies, and it's just gotta be like, "Oh, you're gonna punch my face, yeah? You're getting real close. You can punch my face. Punch your face. Get away from the screen." By the way, I have now changed it. So if the party was the Brew Crew, I think Andrew would probably be Cesaro because he'd be the one with the soundboard and all the goofy jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
Eddie would be Woods because there's a lot of times that Woods just gets skipped over, and he's just like, "Can I play? Can I play, guys? Can I play, please?" And then I think I determined that you might be Adam Cole,
baby,
and then I would be Tyler Breeze, baby. just because I can see myself screaming out challenge like that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect it.
Yeah.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect for you. Coward. So, coward refers to... This is almost like a say what, except for you know what the say whats are.
Oh, yeah.
Because people are like, well, we know what a coward is. So, coward was what Breeze said to Cesaro.
Yeah.
Because he would do coward moves and coward... You coward. Got a streak of yellow.
Streak of yellow.
Yellow streak a mile long. Cowards play. Coward.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. The recent one that I just found out because, we'll talk about this in a minute too. Adam Cole and the Babies.
And the Babies, yes.
So they have a punishment situation where every time somebody loses, the winner gets to pick one person to sing a wrestling theme song, and the other two people who don't get picked are the people who choose said theme song. And there have been some good ones. Don't ruin it for me. But at some point, I do hope somebody picks the 3-count theme song. Don't ruin it for me. I hope I hear it. I know they already did a WCW one because they did the West Texas Rednecks and Rap is Crap song.
Okay.
So I know there's a possibility to do 3-count. And I kind of want to hope. I'm kind of hoping that it's Cesaro who has to sing, because I just feel like Cesaro, being as serious as he is.
Yeah. They have done, I will say, some female wrestler songs too.
Excellent.
So
I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be good stuff. Also, well, I'm gonna add this in because I didn't write it on here. Cesaro's recreation of the Real Man's Man thing with William Regal.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good. Oh, that was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So basically Adam Cole and the Babies would be Adam Cole singing and the other three being the backup dancers, the Babies.
The Babies.
Because Adam Cole, for some reason, the poor bastard always gets picked.
Oh, I know, yeah.
So they went around doing instant messenger names, and the one that I felt was the best was Tyler Breeze's MSN messenger name, which was, do you remember?
Oh, God. I remember them saying it was...
Lil Papa Pump.
Lil Papa Pump, yeah.
Lil, L-I-L, Lil Papa Pump.
Lil Papa Pump.
They were like, that's amazing.
Who else had a go? It was it Chugs?
Might have been Cole.
Cole, because he had one that was kind of funny too, because it was... No, wait. I think it was Woods.
Might have been.
I forget.
Yeah, Woods had something about it being a pimp.
Yeah, pimp, yeah.
Because he was in love with some girl or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm about to be like Fire Pimp 5 or something. It's like, no.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
So, we already talked about the Goody Rig Challenge. A lot of respect. What's the phrase that's said when you do a jump in? Skeet!
Skeet!
Skeet! Skeet! I just called it skeet. I don't know if it is.
Yeah.
But.
Do you have +2 on there too?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
All the punishment songs, which we've talked about, which obviously some are better than others. This is a Cesaro soundboard.
Yeah.
Speaking about the Cesaro soundboard, if you would be thinking about all-time boneheaded plays.
They do that every single episode, even into the later ones.
Do you know I heard that, and I'm thinking in my head, I know that from somewhere. Where is that from? And it wasn't until I actually heard the clip, and I went, oh, it's from Ace Ventura.
Oh, yeah.
It's from the first Ace Ventura movie. Because he's describing the Ray Finkel kick where Ray Finkel missed in the movie, and they lost the Super Bowl and all that good stuff.
Oh, okay.
But normally the all-time boneheaded plays is for Cole. And it's for when you just do something stupid like, so we'll talk about this now. They have different decks you can play on the online version. So there's Uno regular. There's Rabbids Uno with the Raving Rabbids game.
Yeah.
There's Rayman Uno. There's Just Dance Uno. And then the Uno Flip.
Yeah.
Now, I will say Uno Flip is difficult because you get both sides of the card. Yeah. And if you're trying to account for everybody, you see one side of the cards, and then let's say you get it flipped, and now you're flipping it over to the other side, which, well, let's talk about this now, too. Tyler Breeze just came up with a kick flip.
Oh, yeah,
kick flip phrase for the flip. But if you don't, so if the cards flip, and the other person has, a yellow and a blue card, and they flip back, and now you're like, oh, crap, what do they have? And then you put down a card, and then they get criticized because, if you could, I would just write it all down. I would just write the colors, the number, but you can't do that.
Yeah, and it would take too much to keep track of.
Yeah, it would.
Because then you start playing cards, and you're like, okay, what do they have in their hand now?
Oh, yeah.
So when you were speaking of, have you got to the point yet with the Rayman deck yet with the fat guy?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I've only seen one Rayman deck. Oh, no, I have seen it. Where he sucks up all the cards and then everybody starts back essentially at the beginning.
Yes.
They hate that guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but that's the whole phrase. I don't know if it's in there, but when they're talking about the fat guy, Cole gets so excited about the fat guy and he's like, "Oh, I love fat guy. I love fat guy."
I don't think I've gotten there yet. Okay. I've only seen one episode with the Rayman deck.
That probably hasn't started yet then.
Okay.
You'll notice it around episode 20 something.
All right, so I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Okay.
He gets so excited over the fat guy. He's so happy.
Excellent. Breeze Exotic.
Breeze Exotic,
which is Tyler Breeze's version of Joe Exotic from the Tiger King show. Because obviously in 2020 that was a big deal. Because everybody, for some reason, I don't know how it happened. This random documentary about this guy just comes out about having these tigers and there's a murder and everybody in 2020 that I know.
Because they were bored because it was COVID.
Exactly. So they were just binge watching this Netflix series. I can tell you this, I've never watched it. I've heard about it. I know what's going on. I just didn't watch it. So.
Yeah. Neither have I. Isn't that one with Carol Baskin?
Yes, Carol Baskin. So, Breeze Exotic is fun. It's a character.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Breeze. What color do you want?
I'll never answer you. I'd rather die.
So that's Cesaro talking to Breeze. I love the fact that it seems like he's so polite with Cole and Creed for the most part, where he'll, or Woods, I guess, he'll ask for the color, and Cole's just like, yeah, if you could give me blue, that'd be awesome. He's like, okay. And he hits blue.
Give him blue,
like, thanks. And Breeze is just like, chicanerous and deplorable. That's been his new thing now. He's bringing in key appeal jokes.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Immature and church. Oh, God. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
But every time he asks Breeze will be like, oh, give me yellow, and he'll give him green. He's just like, see, you don't ever listen to me.
Yeah. Oh, that's why he stopped doing it. So now every time it's always, I'll never answer you, Swiss.
But I do know. I don't know. Don't tell me when it comes up. I do know it's coming up at some point. I know I have watched a compilation once, or I saw a clip of it on Twitter, where they played the game. He asked him what color he wanted. He told him the color. He gave him the color, and then he ended up winning the game. I know that happens. I know at some point I'm going to see it. I don't know when I'm going to see it, but I know I'm going to see it because I remember him, everyone got upset because he was like, hey, Breeze, what color do you want? He was like, green. And he gave him green, and then Breeze put down a green card. They were like, what are you doing? Because he maybe thought it was reverse psychology that he didn't actually have that color.
Yeah, I think it was.
I know it's coming at some point. And I'm going to pop when it does because I know. I'm going to do the Leo DiCaprio meme where you point at the TV. You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I know, that's the moment. Speaking about Breeze. +2.
+2.
Or the one that's been killing him, which we'll talk about with later, is the Uno Flip +5. Oh my gosh.
There was one point, I don't know if you got to the episode yet, when they played Flip, where it was like
+35.
+35,
I just watched it last night.
Oh my god.
And do you remember what happened? they couldn't draw 35 cards because they didn't have any more. Because between Woods and Cesaro, they had like 88 cards. They had 40 apiece. And then Breeze had like 25 or 30. And Cole had like, I think 10 or 15. And Breeze was like, that's hilarious that Cole only has like 10 cards. And it's the lowest on the group. And they had to get to a point where they all called truce and was like, let's play number cards for like 6 or 7 rounds to build the deck back up. Because apparently, and a supposed infinite deck of virtual cards has reached its limit.
Yeah, they broke the game.
They did break the game because Cesaro was excited to give Cole 20 cards and he only picked up like 3. And Cesaro's like, wait, what's happening? They're like, there's no more cards in the deck. To the point where Cole played 7 or 8 straight skip to my lose.
That was nuts.
Which, for those of you who do not know, was a triple skip.
Triple skip.
On the flip side. On the
Uno flip.
Well, the purple, the darker side.
Oh, the darker side, yeah. Because that's the thing. The darker side has all like the worst possible.
All the worst possible stuff.
+5s, triple
fives,
skips,
triple skips.
What else is there? It's just regular reverse. I
think just the +5 and the triple skips are the worst.
Yeah,
and then the petty +1 on the other side.
Oh, the petty +1.
Petty +1.
It's brutal.
Skip Sheffield.
Skip Sheffield.
Which is the name of former WWE talent Ryback. He was known as Skip Sheffield. So when you skip somebody, they called it a Sheffield. And I was trying to figure it out too. And then they were like, Skip Sheffield. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And then I liked who was the last person to realize it? Was it Breeze or Cole? They were like, oh, Skip. Now I get it. They were like, Sheffield. I thought it was like an English thing. And Cesaro's like, nope, just skip Sheffield.
Skip Sheffield. Have you got to the point yet where they're doing the Robert Roode?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. We're getting there.
Oh, okay.
Pound Town.
Pound Town.
The Austins, as they are referred to as their team, when they played the team of Swiss Breeze.
Swiss Breeze, yeah.
Which is a good name, by the way. We're going to take you guys to Pound Town. So stupid. And then what's Cole do? He's and he's just like, yeah, that's the worst possible sound. Oh Lord. Curse of the Swiss Man.
Curse of the Swiss Man.
Poor Cesaro drawing numerous cards, and in an early episode of the series, 50 cards he had at one point.
Oh my god!
Because he was playing, and they just kept drawing.
Yeah, and if you don't get that color,
nope. You can do it without. That's one of the other rules too. You can do just one card you get, and then your turn skips over, or you can be brutal and do draw to match.
Draw to match.
You have to wait 10 or 15. So you could literally be at Uno, and then next thing you know, you have 10 more cards in your hand because you didn't get a card you need.
You all right there?
Yeah. Okay. The team of when the teams are playing, Breeze, you know what to do.
You know what to do, yeah.
You know what to do. I don't know what to do.
There's nothing I can do.
I feel like there's more strategy in teams than there is just by yourself. Because you have to be aware of what's going on, so when you're playing teams, you get to see your hand, but then you also get to see your teammates' hands so you guys can help out each other, which is good. But at the same time, you have to be aware of the other person's hand. So if someone does a 0 and now the hands flip, now you have a whole new set of cards you have to remember, and you're just like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Whereas I think doing that in real life would be a lot more difficult.
Oh, I definitely think it would. As opposed to like having a 7 where, you can... I guess with the team aspect, you could just sit next to your partner and you could just have like each other's cards and just look at each other's cards.
Yeah, and you could go like this. You go boom, 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 in like an N shape, then you go, so that way you can just have the other person go, but it goes opposite.
Yeah.
So,
Ronald. Let's talk about Ronald. So why don't you explain to the Wicked Nation out there who Ronald is?
Ronald is the alter ego of Adam Cole, baby.
So I'm not gonna lie. I legitimately thought that Ronald was a real person, at least in the first episode or two. Well, no, because it doesn't sound like it's like a fake person. Because he's just like, because he's like, oh, like, this guy my next door neighbor Ronald or whatever, my roommate, like I can't be making a lot of noise because
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. But you were just like, all right, whatever. And then he just shows up as I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, it's not a real person. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you got to the episode yet where Ronald and Exotic Breeze go back and forth. Oh my God, the dynamic between the two of them.
No. I saw the first episode of Ronald where in like episode 16 or 17 or whatever it was, where he introduced himself and how, that Chugs guy's, he's garbage. He sucks. He's terrible.
Oh yeah. And eventually Cesaro gets an alter ego as well.
Oh, I know. Big Tony.
Big Tony,
That's coming up. It's coming up in a couple episodes.
And technically Creed has one too.
The King. Yeah, it's coming up too. I'm going to see. The next time we have a conversation about this, I should be through 3/4 of the episodes, and I'll be able to throw out more little tiddlywinks. I find that whole Ronald thing interesante, which is Spanish or French for Megan. I heard it was Spanish for something or Spanish for desk, they said at one point.
Yeah.
And then I thought at some point they said it was Spanish for something, but it was French for Megan.
Interessante.
French for Megan. Maybe that's what I should do. I should go date a Megan.
A Megan? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, if any Megans are out there listening and they are interested in a, recently divorced dad of 2 who's kind of down on his luck and, looking for some fun.
Oh, jeez.
I am looking for more than just a relationship, though. I mean, than sex. I want a relationship.
I don't want a relationship.
I don't want a relationship, but I do want a relationship. No, I do want a relationship.
Okay, fair enough.
Call us on the number when we give it to you at the end.
Yeah.
Specifically ask for the Rev Kev. We're going to move on. We talked about the decks. The Tyler Breeze, baby. So Adam Cole, baby, is kind of his whole shtick. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
He does the fingers up. Adam Cole, baby. The crowd says it. He does the boom.
Boom.
Breeze likes, and that would probably be another thing. That's exactly why I'm Breeze. I steal everybody else's shit. And that's what Breeze does. He steals everybody else's gimmick and everybody else's thing. So now Cesaro has it on the soundboard where you hit the button to introduce people, and it, Tyler Breeze, baby. And Adam Cole's just like, I hate that so much. That's good stuff. Sergeant Chugs, which is Adam Cole with I guess a skull cap or whatever it was on that was like a military one.
Oh yeah.
They just referred to him as Sergeant Chugs. Chugs, by the way, is his name on the show. It's his
and his Twitter, or not his Twitter, his Twitch handle.
His Twitch handle, the Chugs. Yes.
The Chugs.
He said it was a name that, I know he talked about it. He got it back in grade school or something.
I think so.
I forgot what it was for, but because when you go on to Up Up Down Down, you have to have a nickname.
A nickname, yeah.
So I feel like ours would be Rev Kev and Cool Kyle, just simple. So
yeah,
his was Chugs, and yeah. You know what happens when you have a couple cards left in your deck? Get a little too low.
Getting low.
Too low. It's Tyler Breeze getting a little low, getting too low.
Or they'll say, "Oh, Swiss is in the back."
Yeah.
Swiss is in the back. I'm not in the back. Swiss is in the back.
No. Over here. See, this was happening. Cesaro, Swiss is over here distracting all 3 of us, and this guy over here got Uno. No, don't pay any attention to me. Just play amongst yourself, guys. It's fine. It's fine. Now the new thing that apparently Creed tried to get over, that it got over just recently, double digis.
Double digis.
They're in double digis. If you don't know what double digis are, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's double digits. Double digis.
And the worst thing is when you have Uno and you have to draw to match, and you just get like 10 cards. You're like, I'm in double digits now.
Nope. Adam Cole with his bop.
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 Ronald even does the bop. Yeah, he learned that from me. He looks up to me as I'm his idol. He's not my idol. I don't.
Oh, you know, one of my favorite other things too. I don't know if it's in the episodes you've watched yet, but whenever they skip Creed multiple times, it's always, "Can I have a turn to play with my friends, please?"
Yeah.
"Can I have a turn?"
Yeah. Yeah. He does. Yeah.
I would like a turn to play with my friends, please.
Yeah. Absolutely. pretending to be frozen.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is really good because a lot of the times it does look like they're frozen. So they're on screen and then they don't move. But you can see them blinking. They just don't move for a while, and you're like, is he frozen? And just, nah. There was one where Woods was frozen. I think he drew so many cards, and then someone started making like jokes or something, and he just got to the point where he just couldn't hold it in, and he ended up like almost spitting out his water. You know what else happens when you have Uno and you don't press the button? You don't want to see my hand where my hip be at. So if you don't press the Uno button, so you're supposed to press the Uno button on the screen before you press the second to last card to put it out.
Yeah.
If you don't, then a little exclamation or warning sign comes up for the rest of the group. And if they press the button, now you have to draw 2 cards, right?
Yep.
So they got it from Wild Wild West.
Yep, Wild West.
You got to be quick on the draw. So you don't want to see my hand where my hip be at. And I just watched an episode yesterday where it was towards the end of the game, and Swiss hit 2 in a row.
Oh,
Swiss
yeah.
hit one person, then got another person, and ended up winning the game.
Yes, I saw that.
And I love how Swiss does it because he gets it all messed up. He's like, you don't want to be my hip, my hand be at. And I was just like, oh, Swiss. But I feel like my favorite one is when Creed does it.
Yeah.
Because he just over-exaggerates. You don't want to be, you don't
Yeah,
want to see
you
my
don't
hand where my hip be at. Oh, my God. Hilarious. We did the Key and Peele jokes.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the colors in Uno Flip. So the regular colors are your reds, your greens, your yellows, and your blues. When you flip it, you have teal, purple, orange, and
Magentleman.
That's right. Magentleman, yes. I'm going to bring that up to the Patriots group and ask if we can now refer to as the Magentleman.
The Magentleman.
Magentleman, I call you to.
It's very, very gentlemanly.
Yes, indeed. We did the skip to my Lou thing when you skip 3 people and the Uno flip.
Yeah.
The kick flip.
The kick flip.
Which then leads into they go, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, kick flip. And then there's like, here I am. And they start singing like old Tony Hawk songs. Like, that's my jam. Yeah. It's so funny. And then, of course, the Uno Marathon game with the plus 35. Because what you can do is you can just keep going around.
If you got a 5, you can just stack it on.
Just keep playing it and boom, boom, boom. And oh my.
Who got that? Was it Woods that finally got that?
The plus 35?
Yeah.
I think it was either Woods.
Because I remember he got hit with it, and he's doing that thing where he's like,
No, he got hit with the 20.
Oh, okay.
I think the 35 went to Swiss.
Oh.
The plus 35 went to Swiss, and then I don't think they had 35 cards to give him. They had 15, and that was it.
Oh, man.
So for what it's worth, I turned a DaParty segment into a half hour of content. So bravo to me.
Yeah. Hey,
Bravo to me.
Hey. I mean, we got a lot of respect for him. A lot of respect.
A lot of respect. A lot of respect. lot of respect.
A lot of respect.
So, yeah, if you're out there listening, first off, we appreciate you. If you're looking for something good to watch and you're a wrestling fan, or even if you're not, Up, Down, Down on YouTube, and you can just go find DaParty, and there's a whole 75 episode
playlist.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's available. It does start at it starts at the top at 75, so you kind of have to go all the way down to the bottom and then work your way back up.
Yeah.
So, which is what I did, and I watched several episodes a day to try to catch up, so then that way I'll have more and more that I know.
Yeah. No, it is definitely worth a watch if you want just entertainment, their charisma.
Oh yeah. Also, if you it came out yesterday. I haven't watched it yet, but I am due to watch it. I know you don't watch it, but you should. The Battle of the Brands.
I watch it from time to time.
With Breeze and
I watched that episode the other day with when Omos was on.
Oh yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said Kofi Kingston.
With the Kofi Kingston, yeah.
I did see that.
Kofi's like, I gotta sit up front, so then that way I can.
Yeah, and then he just stands up, and is like,
"Sir, I do not appreciate this, sir." Oh my god, Kofi's the best. Kofi's hilarious.
Oh yeah, Omos is a big dude, man.
He's a very big dude.
Oh my god, I wouldn't want to get hit by him.
No, but he seems like a pretty chill and pretty cool dude. He's one of those guys where he can be nice to you, kind of like an Andre the Giant. He can be nice to you if you're nice to him. But if you say something negative, you're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. You don't want to get fucked up by Omos the Giant.
I'm pretty sure he was the bodyguard when they had that whole Raw Underground thing.
Raw Underground, he was the bodyguard.
He was the bodyguard.
Yeah, I remember because Shane McMahon came up to him and fucking, Shane McMahon's tall,
Yeah.
pretty decently tall, and
Yeah.
dude was like looking
Yeah.
like a tower.
Yeah. He could have put his hand where like Shane's head was, and it would have just fit perfectly. Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. And he's standing in front of the door. He's like taller than the door. Like,
Yeah.
oh, jeez.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I ain't gonna get in this club.
No.
And then even if you did, you had to deal with DaParty
DaParty, yeah.
and running wild. And
How long did that last? Like a month?
no, it lasted a couple weeks, a couple of months. I mean,
Oh, really? It went longer than a month?
yeah.
I think after a
You
while.
have to, you have to remember though, because you're only seeing it 4 times a week, so
Yeah.
it definitely lasted like several months.
Yeah.
And then it just got to the point. Which, by the way, for those of you who do not know, Raw Underground was supposed to be this after 10 p.m. edgier content where it was no ropes. It was just people. It was a bunch of
Fighting each other.
It was a bunch of NXT talent around a ring, and there'd be like this one badass guy, and he'd just pick out some random person, just beat the shit out of them, and either like knock them out,
Knock them out. Yeah.
or tap them out.
It was pretty much like Fight Club.
It was like a Fight Club. It was a very terrible version of Fight Club, which is why it doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Because a lot of wrestling fans saw through it and was like, this is stupid. In the beginning, you were like, okay, we'll give it a chance. It's cool. And then it just became not cool very quickly.
Yeah, and I think the problem was that they just made it too bland. Like, if you're gonna do it, put some storylines into it, and
They did a little bit because obviously they had
I remember it was Ziggler, right?
Ziggler. I think it was Ziggler, and then Dabba-Kato took on Strowman.
Yeah, but the problem is that Strowman wasn't really over at that point.
But he was getting there.
He was getting there, and Ziggler was a jobber. Ziggler's always been a jobber.
Hey, listen, you can be a jobber but win multiple titles and at one point cash in Money in the Bank and you got a chance to kiss AJ Lee. I mean, that's
He had his run.
not too bad.
He had his run.
He's had multiple runs.
And that was the whole point. Like now, whenever you hear Dolph Ziggler's coming out, he's getting destroyed by somebody. But he's going to put up a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Just recently with he was on Monday Night with Austin Theory.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the new Austin Theory?
Here's my take on Austin Theory. I actually like Austin Theory. I think that he has a lot of charismatic. He's got a physique for it. I think the problem is that they're trying to bury him. I honestly think that there's like you see it with any wrestler. Like it happened with Drew McIntyre. It happened with some of the other ones where they're kind of just not into him that much. So they're giving him these shit storylines.
Well, I think the problem with him I think some people see that he didn't really pay his dues, at least in the WWE. Like he did okay where he originally came from, which was oh crap, what the hell is that company called? Rev Pro?
Oh yeah.
Rev Pro or something like that. That's where he came from. Then he was in NXT for a bit. Then he got into NXT, and then he was like, Vince McMahon's like, his new guy, his new Drew McIntyre, essentially.
Yeah.
And they threw the Money in the Bank on him.
Yeah.
And then, I don't like the way they did the whole Money in the Bank thing because, why would you cash Money in the Bank in
on the U.S. title?
On the U.S. title on a random Raw when you could have just waited and cashed it in at like WrestleMania? Or if you're gonna have him cash it in, why didn't you just have him cash it in at like Crown Jewel? At least that way, if he loses in the triple threat match, he can eat the pin instead of Logan Paul eating the pin.
Well, you know what? Actually, to be 100% honest, I think I see where they were trying to go with the storyline with that, because if you remember, Roman Reigns threatened Austin Theory, and maybe just Austin Theory, maybe they're trying to make him out to look like a coward. So maybe instead of like realizing, okay, the only title I can go after is the Universal title, and whoever holds that, that's Roman Reigns right now, and he's a fucking monster. Yeah. I don't want to go after that title if he's a monster. So
yeah, but still, I don't know.
Yeah,
I would have preferred, instead of him cashing it in, for him to like build up a storyline where he was in like a ladder match or he was in some of a match with somebody with that briefcase on the line, and like a legitimate person could have taken it off of him. But I don't know who that person would have been.
Yeah.
So, because you're not going to, like, let's say Cody Rhodes came back. You're not going to throw Cody Rhodes and Austin Theory in a random match with the briefcase. That's stupid.
Yeah. So. No, I agree. I mean, you know,
I mean, he joined some pretty elite company. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 other people who haven't cashed in Money in the Bank.
yeah.
Damian Sandow didn't cash it in. Baron Corbin didn't cash it in. John Cena was the first person. You okay over there?
Oh, this chair is really squeaky.
It
man.
is a very squeaky chair. Yeah, yeah. It's great that candles are lit for squeaky chairs. That's
I
awesome.
know,
That's
yeah.
awesome. So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see which direction they're heading in. I mean, with the new. What about the? Did you hear about the new crazy match that they have?
Yes, the NXT
The
match.
Stand and Deliver.
Yeah,
pay-per-view?
it's the Iron Man something competition. It's like a
It's like a battle royal mixed with an Iron Man match. So basically,
Yeah.
So basically, 2 people start. There's like what, up to 6 competitors in the ring.
6 competitors. Yeah.
So there's someone that comes out every couple minutes or whatever, and then you have once all 6 people are out there, which I can't imagine the interval is going to be very long. Then, whoever has the most falls, be it pinfall, submission, or disqualification, wins the match.
Yeah.
It's almost like a different take on the championship scramble. Do you remember the championship scramble matches?
Yeah.
Those were weird. I wouldn't mind seeing them again because we haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah. So this is probably like a version of that they.
Something like that. Yeah. So the championship scramble match was they had like 10 or like a 15-minute time limit or whatever, and whoever got the most pinfalls in that time frame, whoever the champion was would be the winner. But
Yes.
there was times where random ass people would get a pinfall. You'd be like, "Oh my gosh, so and so got a pinfall and they're legally the champion now." And then like 2 seconds later, they get like super kicked and then they lose the title. But technically, they had the title. They were recognized as champion for 2 seconds.
Yeah. I do remember that. I mean, this I think doesn't fall under that category because it's a full match, and then whoever has the most at the end.
I do also like. Did you showed me? You were the one that showed me all of the pay-per-views for next year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I do like that they're kind of cutting back a little bit, but I guess they are, but they're not.
Well, they trim the fat.
Well,
I think.
you have to remember though, two of the. You all right there with your eye?
I got an itchy eyeball.
Goodness. You figured 2 at least of the shows, probably one in the summertime and one in the wintertime, are going to Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
So those are automatic, and those really aren't considered premium live events. Those are more like super juiced up house shows.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
Kind of like when they do like a mega super show at like Madison Square Garden.
yes.
So,
Yeah, it's along those same lines.
yeah.
So you are, even though there was only 9 on the list there, then you have to imagine there's 2 of those, so there's really like more like 11 throughout the year.
Yeah.
So, and the pay-per-views that I saw on the thing, I think are a lot better in terms of how they're played out, because like we said, Hell in a Cell was overplayed for a while there at one point, and it's like
it's not.
that was supposed to be the blood feud match that took everybody out. That you're
now it's
supposed
just
to,
like, hey, New Day, you guys are in a tag team, and you guys have to fight the Lucha Brothers and the Usos in a 3-way for the Hell in a Cell. So good luck with that. No,
yeah.
no.
And I know obviously the superstars are very good at their job, but there's only so many times that you can like have the superstar come up to the cage and look and go, "Oh, this is so ominous."
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we see that with every star. You have like 3 or 4 Hell in a Cell matches. It's like,
Case in point, if you for some reason had, I don't know, let's say you had like let's say you had like a Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns Hell in a Cell. There's more star power. There's more quality with that. And obviously there's a history and there's a rivalry there. And normally Hell in a Cell is meant to keep other people out. So in that case, let's say Brock had multiple chances to win. Bloodline keeps getting in the way. Or even with Drew McIntyre. Solo Sikoa cost him the match at the Clash of the Castle. So, all right, fine. I'm going to put us in a fucking Hell in a Cell and make sure it's padlocked and no one's allowed to get into that fucker.
yeah. And that's the thing, too.
Which isn't always foolproof.
No,
but,
we've learned that. But the thing is that with the Hell in a Cell match, you got to do it for a very rare occasion, because people are going to get sick of it after a while. And like you said, there's no build up to that. There's no like, hey, this is a match that people need to see inside of a cage. After a while, it started just getting drone. It's like you can't do that. You got to keep it fun and interesting.
Yeah,
which is why, like with Survivor Series, I'm glad they changed that now to a Survivor War Games sort of thing.
that's going to be pretty sick.
Yeah, because now that's a different match, and it kind of has that sort of like Hell in a Cell feel.
Yeah.
You know, because you got them in the cages, you got 2 rings, you know, and then you have these people battling out. So it's still like a Survivor Series sort of idea. You know, you have your teams, you have people that, you know, the only difference is that it's not like an elimination. It's like everybody's in the match.
Yeah.
So it's I think it was smart of them to do that.
Indeed. So I know. So obviously, what's going to be there next year? Royal Rumble's going to be there.
Yeah.
Your Survivor Series, your SummerSlams, your 2-night WrestleMania. I know King of the Ring was on there.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad they're bringing back King of the Ring. They should bring back King of the Ring.
I think so.
I like King of the Ring.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, it helped certain stars boost their.
Oh, it boosted a lot of stars.
Yeah.
Triple H would have been King of the Ring a year ahead of time instead of Austin, but Triple H was involved with the famous curtain call thing with Hall and Nash and Mike and HBK at Madison Square Garden that led to, you know, kayfabe being completely destroyed because good guys and bad guys aren't supposed to hug in the ring at a show with fans. And then it was leaked. Like, no, that's bad. So
Yeah.
Triple H was the one that got punished because Michaels was the champion and Hall and Nash left for WCW. There's only one scapegoat. It's Triple H, so he had to wait an extra year and was basically starting at the bottom again to raise himself back up. And, I mean, at the same time, too, Austin won that year. Austin does the famous 316 promo. He blows up this big, huge superstar. And
Yeah, and you know what? It worked out in the long run.
it certainly did. Triple H just had to wait an extra year, but he got what he needed to get anyway.
Yeah, and he earned a lot of respect. A lot of respect.
A lot of respect.
Yeah.
So, all right. So before we leave this week's show, we do also need to let you folks know that we are planning a special Thanksgiving Day episode. So look for that to drop on Thanksgiving Day.
Yep. I'm probably gonna release it like the day before.
What, on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll probably release it.
Release it on Thursday. People have something to listen to while they're watching the Thanksgiving Day parade.
All right. Well,
Just have it on in the background. You know what? You're spending holidays with the family. Here, let's put on the Wicked K's podcast.
Yeah.
With your family.
You know what I'll do then? I'll release it really early in the morning. I'll release it at 6 in the morning.
6 or 7, whatever.
Yeah. I'll release it early in the
morning. The parade
morning.
usually starts at what, 9? So, you know.
Yeah, but you want to have time to listen. You don't want to be listening to it. They're going to choose the parade over us. I mean, I know we're very interesting,
You
but
can just have it on in the background. Some people don't want to listen to all the hullabaloo on the Today Show. It's whatever. No.
Yeah.
Although I do love Savannah Guthrie. I think she's pretty. Don't ask me why.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Savannah Guthrie is?
No.
Oh, she's hot.
I don't pay attention.
She's hot.
Okay. I'll take your word for
Big
it.
fan of Savannah Guthrie. She's adorable.
Usually if you say so, I believe it.
Okay. Well, that was like the time we and R.I.P. to our former classmate Lauren.
Yeah.
Because you were at that broadcasting school like the week before I started because you got a jump on it.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of like, and then that's the one time something actually worked out. You were like, hey, I got a friend of mine who'd like to join. Oh, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, they probably wanted to fill up the class.
They did, yeah. That's very misleading, by the way. Let's talk about that quickly because we don't talk about it very often. Maybe we've talked about it earlier. I think we did earlier for a little bit. You're expecting when you go to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting that, okay, it's going to be a kind of a biggery campus. Nope. It is building. Literally 2 buildings. Yeah. 2 buildings. And the class size was what, like 15?
15, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've been expanding recently, but I mean...
Well, and don't forget, too, they have multiple locations. We were at the Farmington location. There are other locations that they have.
Yeah.
But, obviously, when you're thinking of, like, going to, like, a broadcasting school, you're thinking of, like, this big-ass... Like, there's one down in Florida. I forgot what it is. But Dan Patrick runs it, and they do a whole bunch of... Dan Patrick's from ESPN. I don't know who Dan Patrick is. Legendary ESPN anchor.
I've heard of him.
Who has his own show and stuff, but...
Yeah.
But you were talking to me about Lauren, and you were like, yeah, she's kind of cute. She's like, you gave me a random number, and then I went to school the next week, and I was like, you were way off. She's hot. And you were like...
Well, at that time, I had a partner, so,
You could have confided in me. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm not that type of person, I don't...
Listen, you have a partner, you have a wife now, and you would leave puddles of drool if Alexa Bliss was around, so I'm just saying.
Oh, my wife knows that too.
Okay, well there you go. So
that's one.
Is that your hall pass?
That's my hall pass.
You're hopefully hall pass.
My celebrity hall pass
Oh, there you go.
is Alexa Bliss,
That's...
which would never happen.
No, probably not.
No.
You could do like the say anything thing like John Cusack did, where you could just stand out a window and hold up a radio and just play her song by Bowling for Soup. Yeah. I love Alexa Bliss, and see what she does.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she might like.
What's her husband's name?
Ryan Cabrera.
Ryan Cabrera, yeah.
Or you could play like one of his songs, or play an NSYNC song. She loves NSYNC. You're all I ever wanted. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Although you can't want her back because you never had her to begin with.
No.
So.
I have her in my.
It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you, but when we are apart, I feel it too. I'm just going through, Rev Kev's daily sadness of playlists.
Oh yeah.
Anywho, so let's start off. Let's end off on a good note because this is funny.
Okay.
So the famous Abbott and Costello "Who's on First" thing. I believe somebody might be here.
Looks like my dad's home.
Okay, cool. So we apologize for the hordes of dogs barking downstairs if you can hear them because the legend has arrived.
The legend has arrived. That means the party's gonna get started.
DaParty.
DaParty.
A lot of respect.
Lot of respect.
Major respect.
Oh my God! It sounds like a fucking elephant hitting the floor down there.
God. So we'll just get through it. So the Abbott and Costello "Who's on First" bit?
Yes, I do.
Who's on first? I don't know. Ask. Yeah. So my daughter is she'll be 7 in March. She's not too privy on older comedies. You all right there?
Yeah, is that a call?
And we were watching TV the other day, and I had the remote on the Fire Stick, and I paused the TV, and she said, "Hey, who?" She said, "You did that." I said, "Who?" I said, "I know." I went, "Hey, who did that?" And she was like, "You did." I said, "Who?" She goes, "What?" And we go in this like internal loop, or for like 5 or 10 minutes, where we're just doing, "No, I didn't do that. Who did that? You did that, Daddy. Who did that?" And we just go through this whole thing. Then we're in mid-conversation. I'm not even kidding you, dude. Mid-conversation, and I just hear, pfft. I said, "Who farted?" She goes, "Ha, I farted." I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's great.
That's amazing. But I asked my ex-wife about it because I was at the house or whatever. She came upstairs and said, "Did you hear our whole Who's on First" bit?" She's like, "Yeah, I heard it." And I could tell that your daughter was getting annoyed. I said, "Nah, she was fine. It was nothing."
She was fine.
"Who did that?" "You did that, Daddy." "I didn't do that." "Who did that?" "You did that, Daddy." Who? "You." That wasn't me. Who did that?
She'll appreciate it someday.
She will appreciate it someday. So
that's all that matters.
that's all that matters. So yeah.
All right.
Until next time, folks. Thank you, Wicked Nation, for listening to the Wicked Case podcast. We are streaming on Apple, Spotify, Google, TuneIn,
Deezer,
and wherever else you can get all major podcasts, as well as audio-only YouTube.
At least for now.
Everything drops at noon on Sundays.
The room's clean enough we could probably get the cameras in here now again.
If I decide to stay over again, I don't want to have any camera action. I'm just saying. Phone number, this goes out to you, Megan. 774-764-9074. And for regular people who want to call, 774-764-9074. Email us at thewickedks@gmail.com. Website, www.thewickedks.com. You can find all of our links there to all of our episodes. Socials, Facebook, Instagram, and apparently still Twitter, because Twitter was supposed to have died, but it didn't. It's still alive for now. So you can go to those 3 socials at the Wicked KS. Maybe we'll get a tout. It doesn't even exist anymore.
Good Lord.
Like Vine.
It doesn't
exist anymore either.
Hey, Elon's been talking about bringing Vine back. He asked Mr. Beast the other day, what would it take to bring Vine back?
Oh, I guess. He surpassed PewDiePie, by the way.
Who, Mr. Beast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
He just recently did it.
Oh, really?
For most fans on YouTube.
Wow.
Because PewDiePie had it for a long time.
Well, Mr. Beast is extremely huge.
Of course. And, of course, always...
we have Patreon, too.
I was going to
okay.
Yeah, our
right.
Patreon. Patreon.com/WickedKS. $3 a month to help these 2 struggling SOBs.
Yeah, so we don't got to do our regular job
Try
anymore.
to pursue our dream. No, not to just do that, but to get me a regular job.
Yeah.
I would gladly help set up all kinds of random technical shit and talk every day. I didn't even care if it was 4 hours. I'll sit here and talk for 4 hours a day with you if we had to do a live podcast and take phone calls, if it meant that I didn't have to work another day and I got money for it.
Yeah, wouldn't it? I mean, just having fun and talking. I mean, it's, we enjoy it. It's like what we do. Mm-hmm. I love doing this.
It's great. I just wish, like I said, we would have known about this sooner, or we would have come to a conclusion sooner. Because obviously, when we started to try to get our other shows ready to go, podcasts were already a thing.
Yeah.
So if we would have just, I don't know. I understand, we thought YouTube was the way to go. It really wasn't. We just didn't have the time for it. Is the problem.
Well, and also if you look at it, the culture is changing now. People don't want to watch hour-long YouTube videos. No. It's like 10, 15, 20 minutes.
You got the public has a very short attention span, as opposed to a podcast where you can literally just listen to us, put us off to the side while you're doing laundry or whatever, and you don't have to physically. Plus, we're people with radio faces. We're not really meant for TV.
I don't know, man. I think I'm got a nice jawline.
You got a significant. You're like, don't take this the wrong way when I say this. You're kind of like a hefty Austin Theory.
A hefty Austin Theory. Well, I'll take it.
I didn't want to go with fat Austin Theory, but I wanted to be like a hefty Austin Theory.
I'm okay with being fat. All right, man.
Okay.
I got a little chub. I'm okay.
You got a little chub? Is that what you said?
No.
Is that what you said?
No.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
You got a little chub.
I mean, I have Nick Chubb on one of my fantasy teams. Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe.
Okay, well, great. By the way, shout out to the Bruins because they just keep fucking rolling.
Oh, yeah.
The Bruins Express is coming your way. Their team's a wagon right now.
Oh, yeah.
10-0 at home.
13-2 on the season, right? Yeah.
15-2.
Oh, they're 15-2 now? Okay.
First team to 30 points.
15-2. Holy crap.
Wagon.
They're, oh, man.
And now watch, it's all going to crumble to the fucking Chicago Blackhawks. Sway's probably going to play Saturday, too.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like,
Sway's back.
I'm so happy that he's back, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was really lost without Sway's ways.
Sways, ways.
Ah, see what I did there. A lot of respect.
Lot of respect.
With that being said, we're going to go.
Yeah. But hey, listen and tune in to our Thanksgiving episode.
And if you could do us a solid, and on the 23rd of this month, go onto our socials or call and wish this SOB a happy birthday. I'm sure it would make his life a little bit better.
My life is pretty good right now, but I will take some happy birthdays. That would make me very happy.
Yeah.
And if you're over in Germany, then I don't know how to say happy birthday in Germany, so can you translate that for me? or at least call in and say happy birthday in German, and I'll have no idea what you're saying and be like, "Oh, well, hey, thanks for calling, Germany."
I'm going to try this.
Or email.
I'm going to try this, and I really apologize if I completely screw this up.
Uh-oh.
Alles gut zum Geburtstag.
Alles gut zum Geburtstag.
Yeah, see?
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
Alles Gute zum Geburtstag.
Dankeschön, indeed.
Dankeschön.
Das Google, very helpful. On that note, peace and love, y'all. Let's get wicked.
Let's get more wicked.